And we're back. You're still watching Straight Talk with the Daily Tribune. And we still have Miss Ida Tiongson of Pro Life. And ang dami mo kasing hats, hindi ko kabisado, mga matandaan lahat. Of course, I know that she's with BSP,
Open Finance.
Open Finance.
Oversight Committee.
Oversight Committee. And kanina before we took a break, we were discussing about the behavioral trend ngayon ng to establish credit score. So how is this?
I want to give a hint to everyone how to get better credit score. So credit score is divided into different categories. One is the behavioral, and the other one is, of course, the typical. If you own a property, if you employed, yung mga traditional ones. But it's shifting more bigger percentage or bigger weight into behavioral. Now, what does that mean? If you put in, let's say, for argument's sake, 10,000 per week into your account, or 10,000 per month, or 20,000 per month, that is part of behavioral. It's actually picking up that this person is able to put in that much money into this account, even if you zero balance that. So that's one of the behaviors. The other behavior, in short, the more that you're using your digital account, the better score that you will get. Another one, if you pay your bills on time. Now, if you pay it within 7 days, it's a lower score. If you are past due for 30 days, that's not a very good score. So please do pay your bills on time. The other one is a credit card, the use of your credit card, and also paying that on time. That gives you a good credit score. Having a loan and paying the loan either on time or advance, that provides you a good credit score. Putting money in investments, that provides you a good credit score. So at the moment, the credit score is your behavior in your finances. So eventually, that may include even the way you shop. But I'm going to pause on that one. So that's why it's important to have a wallet or a digital account. And when you do that, make it active for you to be able to pick up, pay your bills there, have your investments there, and that sort of thing. Para ma-pick up lahat yan.
Sorry if I want to dwell on these e-wallets. Kasi, di ba,
Yes.
a big number. Before the pandemic, 70% of the adult Filipino have no bank account. Ngayon, 65 na lang. Pero there are some data that I've read na mas mababa pa eh. Nasa 52% na yata. Anyways, so, but everybody's using e-wallet now. Di ba? Even yung magkataho, even yung... Yeah, I was surprised na you can actually transact using GCash or any e-wallet na ang transaction involvement na is 40 pesos, 30 pesos.
Yeah.
So ganun, no? But then, I want to dwell on this e-wallet so we can maximize its use through Open Finance. Nabanggit mo kayo na before we took a break na there are ways to maximize its use, like if you have a small money there, it's not earning any interest, but you can link it to investments.
Yes.
So how do you do that? So
Okay.
You can mention, of course, yung Pro Life na rin na
All right.
products.
Yes. Okay, thank you for this particular slide. No, in the open banking, it's only the banks. Under the open finance, you have investment companies, you have insurance companies, and you have all of that. There are several APIs or apps like GCash, you have PayMaya, you have Maya Bank, you have Union Bank, among others, that is practically doing the quasi-open finance. What does that mean? You go to their platform and you can easily transfer already. So you have a little funds from one account, as little as 1,000 pesos, for argument's sake. You can transfer that to another platform that I sit in the board. It's called Sidin Technologies. Or if you have a bigger funds, you may wish to transfer it to like Pro Life investment link accounts. You can already do that in either the GCash platform, or you can do it in the PayMaya, or you can do it in Union Bank. These are available already. And because you're doing it digitally, it picks up. It's part of the behavior in terms of, so hindi lang siya loans, it's also investment, it's also paying. It's but at the moment, it's kanya-kanya. It's a Union Bank, it's Maya, and so on. Eventually, under the open finance, it's all going to be lumped in one, where your access is lack of a word, endless financial products and services. So one can pick oh, the lowest loan is this. I'm going to avail in this particular institution. Or one can say, oh, the best interest rate for investment is this. Oh, I can avail this. I didn't even know that PruLife has this. Or I didn't even know that Tonic Bank has this. So imagine one having all these products and services that he would be able to now access. And that's positive for one.
So we've been discussing about the benefits of open finance for individuals, for ordinary one. Now, let's discuss the benefits of open finance for the SMEs or the small medium enterprises. So, how can open finance scale up the operations of these MSMEs and even rehabilitate an ailing one?
Yeah, good question. Let's go statistics first, no? In the Philippines, it's some quote 99, some quote 97. I believe it's 97. 97% of the businesses are micro, small, medium enterprises. Can you imagine the difficulty in the last couple of years? And 70% of the 97%, according to statistics, main problem, lacking financing, especially working capital now. So how can this open finance help the micro, small, medium enterprises? Of course, we are still in the midst of doing pilot on the open finance, and I hope that can be implemented soon. The positivity in having the open finance for businesses is they would, again, similar to one, be able to access. Now, if they had, in spite of the difficulty, they're still continuing to pay on time, especially the bills. The market is picking that up. And if they would be able to prove that there's future income that can help them out, you have wide variety of institutions. You have institutions that are strict, institutions that are a little bit more lenient under the open finance. You have a choice now. Oh, I could go through SIDIN. They provide working capital financing. So you would be able to access there. And you know who actually funds, assuming that you go into the SIDIN platform through the open finance? It's people like you, Comfy. If you have as small as 1,000 pesos, you can put in and invest, and that can be pulled. It's called crowdfunding, and that can fund a small to micro medium enterprise, help them survive. Of course, you're going to say, well, what about the credit worthiness? And this is where the AI-driven platform helps you, tells you this particular ABC business or the sole prop has got a good behavioral credit scoring, and therefore we feel that you may want to invest. So you, Comfy, it's your choice. You may want to invest your money there. Example, you have 100,000 as an investor. You can pick 10. Tagda 10,000 mo, so you can spread the
Spread out your
risk.
investments.
Yeah. So again, under the open finance, it's practically limitless when it comes to the options that you have. You can go and get a home credit. You can go get investment in Atram. These are fintech companies, by the way. There are 216 fintech companies. There are digital banks. There are 6 digital banks. If you want to be a little bit more, parang less risk, then you can go traditional banks. So again, it's all about having the access and available products and services at your fingertips.
You sit in the BSP's Open Finance Oversight Committee. So, so that's basically a regulatory function. So, what regulatory intervention, if there are any, do you suggest to further enhance the adoption of open finance in the
Okay.
country?
Okay. Just like what did GCash do in the beginning? They got a lot of merchants. So they're able to, as a consumer, you'd be able to access a lot. So under the open finance, what we're trying to do is get more establishments in. I think I have a slide in terms of it's called the financial sector landscape. There are couple of hundred when it comes to the banks, but if you look at the financial sector landscape, that's about 216,000. 216,000 establishments that can be connected. So we're hoping that all of these establishments, and I believe it will, because if you're not part of it, you're going to miss out. So if you are in that space, all these establishments under the open finance, you can be accessible to Juan and vice versa. If you're not there, you may be left out. So all these establishments, so how do we get a buy-in? This is where we're still establishing a framework. And you did mention about the level of consent, the level of privacy. There are legalities there. There are rules and regulations that we have to contend with. We need to pilot and we need to double check how this can be done. Are the establishments even API ready or digital ready for them to be able to be part of the platform? So those are the things we need to contend with. In short, we need all of these establishments, or at least a majority of them, and I believe they will be, in the open finance so that Juan or you, Comfy, would be able to access all of this.
This discussion about open finance is very exciting, but we will have to take a short break. And after the short break, we will be back and talk more about what ProLife is offering for us consumers. We will be back.
Introducing the new MGHS. Drive it, ride it, flex it. Aim higher with the new MGHS.
Welcome ka dito sa SM. Come as you are. Mahilig ka man sa pabago-bago o sa paikot-ikot. Yung nag-a-adulting or parenting. Ikaw na kulot, white-haired, purple-haired, kayong magkaibigan na nagkaibigan. Buong barkada. Yung gusto mo, chill lang. Or gawin yung feel mo lang. We know you're changing. So we're changing with you. Come on in. We're all in. At SM, you're always welcome here.
Welcome back to Straight Talk. We are still with Miss Ida Tiongso, the man and the woman with the many hats in fintech. Before we took a break, we were talking about open finance, its benefits, its advantages to the ordinary one, and of course the SMEs. But in this segment, we will be deviating from that topic, and we will be focusing on what ProLife is offering. So, Miss Ida, what can we expect from what is ProLife offering now?
Okay, well, I wanna. You know what's important now? It's not what ProLife is offering, but what the market needs.
Mm-hmm.
We've been in the pandemic for the last couple of years, no? And what we in ProLife, we want Filipinos. We want to help the Filipinos to get the most out of life.
Mm-hmm.
And we're looking at our purpose and responsibility as you can see in the slide over here. And with that, what's the problem of Filipinos when it comes to insurance?
Mm-hmm.
See, 2.3 pa lang.
Yeah.
I think I have that slide, the next slide. 2.3.
Penetration,
Imagine
no?
insurance penetration 2.3% only. And in the last couple of years, a lot of the ones who suffered, especially the COVID or passed away because of some illness, critical illness, biglang bankrupt. We, people think, oh, I'm not going to use the insurance. But when they encounter this, then they think, oh, I should have had that insurance. Okay, so back to, I want to talk about the financial inclusion, if we can drop this slide for the moment. Okay, with the financial inclusion, first is what does that mean and what it means to insurance muna. No? Financial inclusion means access. It's okay not to show the slide yet. It means access to, and access, by the way, are three things. Mismong physical access to products and services, no discrimination, and being able to have that liberty of choosing. So with that, again, back to one, how can one get an insurance? Ang mahal ng premium, that sort of thing. And we're happy to advise that we in ProLife, we're looking at two areas. One is start them young. We have this foundation where we tie up with schools and we teach the young people how to invest, how to save. It starts from there. And they themselves are creating their own credit score already. And on the left side, we have, it's like sachet or pocket insurance, yung maliliit ba, instead of having a premium na malaki, we now packaged it specific. For example, you have a history of your family having heart illness or having breast cancer, or uso ang dengue in your area, may dalawa nang namatay. You can get less than 500 pesos a year. You can, so that is financial inclusion. We're talking about affordability. And accessibility. You can download our Pulse app. And from there, you can even improve your lifestyle, yung food intake mo, libre yun, mga yun, those information. And you can not just invest, but get insurance for your family, insurance for your kasambahay, to be able to, para hindi naman, or practically everyone, kahit na maliit lang, start small and try this sachet type insurance because it can help you. Example lang, for 150 pesos, you can get like a dengue insurance. And pag na-hospital ka, you get 10,000. And if someone dies from that, you get 100,000. Because it's so difficult and expensive when you go to hospital. Marami na na-bankrupt, marami pang nababankrupt. So we have to be conscious that insurance really is important.
Let me clarify. Actually, I want to raise two things about the low penetration of the insurance industry sa Pilipinas. Like you mentioned, 2.3% lang ang insurance penetration. One is because you mentioned financial inclusion or finance. Does it mean we have to raise the financial literacy of the Filipino first so that they'll have better appreciation of the benefits of insurance? Second, yung affordability. Most Filipinos shy away from insurance because they think of it as an expense.
Yes.
So how do you go about these challenges?
Yes. And this is where, the best way to learn is to do it yourself and try it. Later on, if I can show how to download the Pulse app. May I show that now? Although I have a thank you there. Further down, the other slide where I have a QR. The other one, yeah, I have a QR there. I think it's the last slide that I have. Yeah. I know I got a thank you there. Sorry about that. You can with your phone, you can already download by checking that out in the Pulse app. And from there, you can check out different types of insurance products. Kasi ang dami no? Whether it's an investment one or a pocket-size insurance. May I have that slide where it's that different types of insurance that we have, the pocket-size ones, or the sachet, this one. So you can have for as low as 175 pesos or approximately 300 a year, you can have a breast cancer insurance. So
This for a year.
It's a yearly thing, and at least it will help you. If you get hospitalized, it will cover you. At least it will subsidize a little bit of it. And similarly with dengue. So these are critical illness insurances which we have bite-sized products, making it affordable to the general public. So hindi yan yung ang lalaki ng mga premium. You can even package it yourself. You can have a 3-in-1, and that would be a lower premium rather than tagi-isa. Yeah.
So you can have a dengue insurance or a heart illness insurance or
Yes,
breast cancer
dengue,
insurance.
breast. Yeah, we call them critical illness insurance. The younger you are, especially those ones below 21, ang dami insurance available for you guys, and you are already building your credit worthiness by having that as well.
We've been hearing a lot about this embedded insurance lately, and actually, when you pay bills, there's actually an embedded insurance in
Right.
it. So, but recently you also partnered with Shopee.
Yes.
You mentioned about the one of your sachet or bite-sized product, dengue. Is this bite-sized products or bite-sized insurance products that you are offering are already a part, or is it included in any of embedded insurance products that you have, or do you even offer embedded insurance? Do you have a partnership with that?
Okay. There's two things in terms of embedded insurance. We are life in Pru Life. There are different types of insurances. One is non-life, and there's mutual funds, there's life. So for the life, yes, the embedded insurance could be part of if you die in an accident in the airplane, you may wish to have an insurance on that one too. So that can be embedded in a certain product.
Yeah.
So we do collaboration. So with Shopee, it's more accessibility. So insurance, financial inclusion are three things. I'm going to repeat that again: accessibility, affordability, and non-discriminatory. So when it comes to accessibility, this is where we partner with anyone. We do collaborations with practically anyone, and it's harmonious. So you can be part of us, we can be part of you, and the main point here is it's similar to a baby open finance where there's accessibility. So there's Shopee, there's GCash, we're talking to Union Bank, we're talking to a lot of the fintechs for them to be able to access Pru Life. If not, you can do it yourself, download Pulse, and you can access it directly. So down to the affordability, I did mention different types of insurance. It could be bite-size. For the others, it could be investments. Again, we're talking about accessibility for you to be able to get that.
Miss Ida, Pru Life retained its #1 spot as the top insurance provider in terms of earnings. How were you able to achieve that?
Okay, let me qualify, no? Because happy to say that what we have here in the International Insurance Awards, we did bag second year in a row, back to back, having this the life insurance of the year. And this is basically because of the innovation and the products and services that we have. Happy to say that as far as Pru Life is concerned, we are definitely accessible, end to end. We are digital ready. We are ready for the open finance. And happy to say that the appreciation of our products and services been there, and humbly proud that Pru Life got that. For the Insurance Commission recognition, we are recognized under the new business premium. So there's a lot of categories. We're #1 under the new business. In the last couple of years, kasi, we're happy to say that because we are digitally ready, the workforce and the agents are more of the younger generation, ang bilis mag-pick up, by the use of the cell phone, they'll be able to still access the clients. Ayan, tuloy, we were able to pick up a lot of new business. But let's be fair, because in the insurance, Sun Life still remains to be number one as far as the life premium. AXA is also on top on that one. We're actually third on that one. For non-life, there's Malayan, which is actually leading the pack in terms of the premium. For net worth total assets, there's AIA and Sun Life, and for non-life, there's Pioneer Insurance. So the top 10 insurance as listed by the insurance companies, insurance commission, if people are looking at, risky ba yan, then you may wish to look into the top 10. These are accessible in the Insurance Commission website. We are normally ranking between number 1 to number 2, number 3, number 4, up to number 5 in terms of different categories. But as far as the new business concerned, as far as the net premium written is concerned, happy to say that we are leading that particular segment.
Yeah, you mentioned that you were ProLife is leading in the new business segment and of course innovation, and you've introduced a lot of these bite-size products, and you also call them sachet products. So, what other innovations are we expecting, or are we expecting from ProLife?
Yes, we just launched the Family Love. You know, one of the problems I don't want to get misquoted, no. Example, the LGBT. You have a partner, and you want to get insurance for your partner, and some would reject that.
Yeah.
We have this package called Family Love. In fact, it's being endorsed by Ben and Ben, and people think it's a Ben and Ben concert. But the point there is, we want to catch the audience to say that we have Fam Love. One premium can be used up to 4. So it could be your parents, your anak, it could be your partner, it could be your friend. By having just one premium. Again, that's an innovative product that we just recently launched.
These are very interesting topics and these very interesting innovations coming from the insurance sector. But Straight Talk will take a short break, and when we return, we will talk more about ProLife. Stay tuned.
Magandang araw mga katribu! Narito na ang mga makakasama nyo tuwing umaga sa programang Gising Na. Roy Pelovelo, Comfy Manalo, Vernon Velasco, Kim Sancha at Chirk Balagtas. Abangan ang programang Gising Na sa Facebook page ng Daily Tribune.
Ilabas na ang mainit na kape at samahan kami sa inyong pag-almusal, mga katribo.
Sama-sama natin alamin ang mga natatagong istorya sa mga latest na kaganapan sa loob at labas ng bansa.
Maaari niyo rin ibahagi sa amin ang inyong opinion via Daily Tribune Facebook page at Tribune Now sa YouTube.
Makichika na rin sa latest showbiz happenings, mga katribo.
Kaya naman, magsama-sama po tayo sa
Gising Na!
Josel Dariaga po.
At Maita Basa David.
Magandang balita po. Decrease ulit tayo ngayong August. Halos 21 centavos ang binaba. Kaya bumaba sa 9 pesos and 54 centavos ang overall electricity rate. Dahil ito sa decrease sa generation charge. Nasa 42 pesos ang ibababa ng bill ng karaniwang bahay.
K-drama ang pek sa tag-ulan, ang rainy days, gawing rainy dates. May pampasayang bright ideas si Engineer Joel.
Mag-bonding over a warm meal. Madali at matipid to. Instant ramyun, scrambled eggs for egg drop toast, at brewed coffee. Lahat to, wala pang 5 pesos ang energy consumption. Energy efficient na, heartwarming pa.
Sarap naman.
Hanggang sa susunod na
Meralco Advisory.
Araneta City, home to the country's first indoor shopping mall, the world's original Thrilla, and the first ever Bini Bini pageant. Now a place for your first win, your first catch, your first home, your first big break, your first date, and even your first love. Araneta City, the city of firsts.
welcome back to Straight Talk. And still with us is Miss Ida Chong. So, alam mo, dami-dami na pag-usapan. No? Kanina we talked about open finance and its benefits to the ordinary one. And meron siyang binanggit na actual use case, yung kanyang one of her yaya na who actually financially independent na ngayon siguro, no? She's not working anymore for you. And,
oh, she actually still is. But at least she's able to provide business sa pamilya niya, sa probinsya na may small farming sila doon, na kumikita na.
Actually, yun ang pangarap kong retirement na farm life. Anyways, and then we also discussed about Pro Life and how the insurance company, the insurance industry is evolving to meet the demand or the need of the market doon, diba? Before we think of, when we think of insurance, ang tagi natin expense yan eh. And then we only think of life and non-life, lalo pag life napakagastos niya na you have to die pa to benefit from it, yung mga iiwanan mo yung makinag. Pero ngayon mayroon mga bite-sized products, mayroon na mga sachet products that you can enjoy or you can have the benefit kung magkasakit ka, di ba? And those are not very affordable. 175 pesos yung pinakamababang premium ba tawag?
Yeah, 175 or 150 for 6 months or 300 for about a year. Less than 500 pesos for about a year for the bite-sized ones, yes.
So, Ma'am Ida, I'll give you the floor to discuss, to tell our public or our viewers and our readers na rin about open finance or why do we have to embrace insurance now?
Okay. All right. As far as the insurance is concerned, it's not just about the credit score, but more so because it gives you that level of comfort. Lalo na kung nawala ka, paano na yung pamilya mo? Yeah, the burden that's transferred. Itong the last couple of years, I think why more people got into the life insurance and why our bite-sized products became popular, mas naging conscious yung mga tao, uy, nako, andaling magkasakit. Mas health conscious tayo ngayon eh. In Pro Life, in the Pulse app, by the way, libre to download, we don't really push for go insurance. We want you to have the best out of life. So we want you can see there yung ano yung mga healthy foods na kakainin, ano yung mga exercise. In fact, you can even have it's kind of like an avatar, but it shows on your build and where you can improve in terms of your fitness level. You can even track down your running. So we're talking about not just pure insurance, but what we're trying to do is help you, and with that, have a backing. We're even giving a lot of lectures, free lectures, how to make investments, how to improve the lifestyle, from the mental health and so on. So we're actually giving that. Do download the Pulse app. Okay, so moving forward, where is Pro Life heading? We are embracing open finance. Happy to say that the Insurance Commission is also building up a team for the open finance because we want to be ready when the BSP's open finance is implemented. I'm part, of course, of the BSP one, and we are doing some pilots. We are having also not concerns, but hurdles that we have to address, such as you said, the privacy, the regulations. But we are very positive that things will move on, because at the end of the day, there's really only one thing in mind: what is best for our people, what's our purpose, and how we can give them the best products and services. But so that having that in mind, sa mga institutions, we cannot be selfish in terms of our information. We just have to ensure that when we're providing information, that person is that person, di ba? It's not fraudulently done. So those are the things that we have to contend with.
So thank you very much, Ms. Ida Tiongson. Thank you for joining us here again. And of course, you are always welcome to be our guest again.
Thank you, thank you. Comfy, may I plug?
Of course.
You know, for those ones that are interested to study more, there is a Philippine FinTech Festival that's happening middle of October. There's also the Philippine Blockchain Week that's happening November 29 up to December 2 or December 4. That's going to be at Marriott. And for those ones that would like a little bit more extensive, there's Singapore FinTech Festival happening end of November. And so we hope people will join that. You can join that virtually, while the Philippine FinTech Festival and the blockchain, you can join that face-to-face. Why do I say that? Because I want to lure everyone to learn more about fintech products and services, and how this open finance and how the blockchain's working, and how these are all interconnected.
Thank you very much again, Miss Ida. Thank you very much, mga katribu. So today we've learned about how we can leverage technology to upscale our businesses, and not just our business, but ourselves as well. So mga katribu, thank you for tuning in. Watch Straight Talk live every Tuesday at 10 a.m. on Daily Tribune's Facebook page and Tribune now on YouTube. Once again, I am Comfy Manalo, and this has been Straight Talk.
We would like to thank the following: Araneta, Pag-ibig, SM Supermall, Veteran, Divina Law Offices, ICTSI, Xlog, Globe, Kia, PLDT, Cherry, Tanawan, Prime Homes, RLC, Pure Gold, Meralco, and SM Retail.